Hello guys, what's up? This is ScherBR and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be discussing a new banner that's about to arrive in Romancing Saga UniverSe. Well, this was kind of unexpected. Some people were expecting this. I was actually thinking about Joe and her dragons. Instead, we are having a banner with SaGa. So this is for some requested styles in JP, and it's finally arriving here, but also before the right time. This is a future banner, so they have high status. We'll be talking about them, just presenting the characters because I don't know when they will upload the data, but at least for those that are thirsty for information about the styles, we can discuss them a little. Okay, so not just that, we also have this new event that is related to the SaGa Soul banner that will give us a new SS weapon. This is a martial arts weapon, it's global exclusive. And this also leads me to believe that the bird, call it a V, will be the best character of the banner. It seems like this may be true, because they will not make a Global X weapon without thinking about this, but I don't know, maybe the design will show that some of the other ones are better, but I have high expectations for two of them, and I will explain. Well, the banner has Tiny Feather Avi, Count on Me Narcissis, and Hi, I'm Kurt Burgundy Kurt. So this guy here is the less interesting of them all. Why? Because he's kind of a tank. We got way too many different tanks in the game already. You know, their one just doesn't make too much sense for most people that are playing for a while. If you're a newcomer, maybe he will offer some value, and I will explain if that's true or not. But remember, this is a premium banner that has 3 limited styles, and you have a chance of getting an off banner. 40% chance even. So if you're just after a tank, maybe it's better to wait for a better tank on a rerun banner, I don't know. But Tiny Feather and Narcissis are very interesting. Let's discuss them looking on the JP information. Okay, first let's discuss Kashe, or here he's called Kurt, and he is not that good in JP. He's a sword user, and as you can see, his status are not good in anything. He doesn't have that high endurance. We just got 4 news with 110%. This guy doesn't have that much power, he doesn't have that much agility, he doesn't have a focus when you look on his status. He kind of reminds me of Jorg status distribution. He also has water, so he actually uses a spell, so he prefer sword with the water element. The first attack is free, and as you can see, it's not that strong, it's just a little better than a normal attack, but it does offer 2 elements here. It's slash and blunt. His second skill is kind of similar to Princess White Rose 1. He heals for a lot, he uses 1 LP, and he also gives cleans. So you can see that he's kind of a supportive character while also sometimes trying to do damage because of his rotation. The third skill is multi-way. This will be updated for other styles that also use this skill, and he just keeps cycling between this 0 BP skill and his multi-way, and when someone needs healing, he heals. That's how he works. He reduces damage and also does more damage when he's on full HP, but he does not have much mitigation like some other styles that we have. Like, let's say, Fire and Press, she now can decrease damage to the whole squad. He only decreases damage to himself, as you can see. Reduces damage when HP is full. He can also just negate damage for 25% chance. That's the same thing with Acelus and Munin, the same passive. Has a different name, but it's just the same. And that's it. He also heals himself in a random ally with 25% chance. This is the same thing we saw before with the last version of Leonid, also the last version of Vampire Lady and stuff. So he doesn't offer too much in my opinion. You have better tanks that kind of survives better than him. And let's check the other styles here. We have Narcissis. This guy here is a bow user. It's nice because we barely have bow users, but they just work the same as happier users. They use dexterity as their main status, and this guy here has 2 arrows for dexterity, 1 for agility, and he does have some nice status distribution. As you can see, 96 for dexterity, 81 for agility, and 90 for intelligence. This guy uses intelligence as well. We'll be explaining how he uses that. His statuses are not that bad like the first guy. The first skill of him, let's check here, is Rapid Volley Plus. So this also means that we'll be able to get an upgrade for Rapid Volley and Delta Petra as well. 2 good things as an upgrade. Delta Petra reduces BP cost to 8, and I think it deals more damage. Yes, now it's it's doing good damage while also having a chance to petrify. Very nice, because he can be used in the intelligence position of a Rainbow Rangers. Yes, rapid volley is now costing less, so it's better to cycling. But he will just have some problems with cycling since Delta Petra has the chance to be used first. And then he has this instantly twin bow. This attack here is a double attack, as you see here, double random attack. With 8 PP cost, so it means that you can use this as a nuke. He will just attack twice. It's similar to Claudia, but instead of 3 shots, it's just 2, but the damage of each shot is a little better. So for burst, Claudia still beats him, but in long terms, he just does more. And he has a passive that's very similar to the recent characters that we are getting, like Mikhail and like Miranda. And then he's another pierce damage dealer. He is clashing and competing for the same slot in some formations. If you're using defensive formation, barely matters because it's probably Tiger's Den, but he gets dexterity with each attack, and he has a better version on 20% increase instead of just 15. His second passive means that when he attacks, probably with any type of attack, it says here normal attack, but I think it's with any, he has a chance to trigger ID Break. ID Break is an attack that was kinda rare in this game. I think that the first summer release has this. It has a high chance of confusion. In the game it says medium, but if you are using it with a mage, medium with a mage is very nice. Remember that he does have high intelligence. So he's a good character to try to instant confuse enemies, because confusion lasts for 4 turns. With a 37% chance of doing this, he can just stack this further. We will need this more on Ward Tower in long fights. Besides that, the usage is kinda questionable. And then he has fired up 5 with 20% increase in damage. This guy here is good for this type of pierce damage, also blunt damage, 2 things on the same character, and he can also even do AoE. It's a character that also does not get any future SS styles, at least for now. So he is what you have, and he's very good on doing this, and if you skip it, some of the pierce specialists, he is a good choice. He's not just a boss specialist, he can also be used for farming, at least that. And the last one is probably the star of the banner, and this is Teeny Feather. It's a monster, and he's kind of coded like a martial artist. He has 100% STR and 100% agility, and there is a very funny thing because martial artists don't have 100% STR. They usually stop on 90%, and this 100% is just the same as Coppelia, a recent character as well, and he does have some good status for resistance, 65 on both endurance and will. So you see that he does not have a focus. He does not use dexterity, so it's enough. He's an intelligence in 77 because he needs something here. So first attack of Teeny Feather is very cheap. He attacks with 1 BP with 2 elements and has a chance to inflict darkness. Darkness is not that useful because in this game you can have higher than 100% accuracy, and darkness will affect your accuracy, but if you would still have it that high, above 100%, sometimes the effect is, well, nothing. Then the second attack is good because this one has only 5 EP cost with an 8 power and has a high chance of petrify. It's the highest ever in the game. It's both blunt and pierce, so very nice for cyclings, and when we get to use this, he will just keep petrifying the target forever. In War Tower, it's another usage of this. War Tower is pretty soon, so we'll be able to do this attack many times to keep the target petrified. It's the highest chance to petrify in the game right now, and I don't think there's any other in JP that can beat him on this. Then his last attack is now Slash and Lightning. Is that right? Yes, Slash and Lightning. And it's a AoE attack that can be used on turn 1. The power will be even higher than Silver, and we are kind of lacking lightning damage, so that's pretty nice. 8 power with 10 BP is not so easy to find, and because he uses martial arts, he can be used on the Rainbow Rangers formation just fine. You open with that, and you can just follow up with fast attackers. So he has something very nice as well. The first passive is kind of similar to what Fornews does, right now at least, but he kind of works with a mix of Fornews and human female. He has a 37% chance to counter, and when he counters, he do an A power attack, but the problem is it's rank 1. Okay, so lower damage. But he also recovers 3 BP. And we also recover all HP by medium, so medium is kind of high. I suppose that should be 500 or something, and plus 3 BP. So he is always charging up when he gets countered to use his other skills. Probably AoE, if you are using him for counter, you are using him for AoE. In his second passive, when he attacks, he has a chance to buff his own agility and debuff the agility of the enemy. And if you are using him against enemies that have martial arts, it means that you can counter and try to debuff agility, reducing the incoming damage, and buffing yourself as well to evade attacks. So that's a very tiresome loop in long fights. And his last passive is fired up 5. So I do believe that this guy will be buffed, especially this passive here. Maybe this one will also be changed so that it includes it in some, I don't know, some skill. Maybe when he uses the third skill, he enters a counter stance. That would be amazing. But we will have to see when the data comes available. Avi Tuning Feather will probably be the best one, and Narcissis not so far. And we'll be making a review as soon as we have information before the banner finally reaches. What do you think about this information? Please say here on the comment section. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye.